on, but that's because of acid in college. And what's going on tonight is comedians are going to compete to win the 9th annual Lewis and Clark Woodback Classic Championship / the Larry Brinkman Award. Yeah, we can applaud that. That's fine. It's a traveling trophy. Every month we do this at the last Wednesday of the month. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Give it a round of applause for Bosses for providing an $8 cake. And I might say some amazing food to go with it. So to soak that all up. And, all right. So tonight, comics will get 5 minutes. 5 minutes, comics. You'll get a light at 4. Skylar, show them the light. Do you see that? Get off stage. You got a minute to get off stage before you're disqualified. I will announce, and it's embarrassing for everybody. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Now's a great time to take out your cell phones and let everybody know how much fun you're having at Boss's Comedy Club, and that you should come here every weekend. And then turn that shit off. We don't need it. We don't need it. This is a safe place, you know? All right, let's talk about pho, okay? My name's Nathan Holtz, and I love food. I love food. And I recently discovered that I love pho, huh? Any pho in the fans? Where are my Fockers at, huh? Yeah, love it. I love pho. I go to Pho Queen, right, down on Norton, right off of Grange. Grange. It's right off of Grange. I go there. They don't like me. I walk in, and it's just icy stares, just like, oh shit, another fat white dude discovered Vietnamese food, right? We're gonna double up the broth, ladies, right? But then I had a baby, and I brought the baby to pho. Because I need pho, the baby's got to come with me. That's part of having a baby. People are like, don't bring a baby to a movie theater. Well, then I'm not seeing a movie, and I'm seeing Marvel's Endgame, okay? I'm seeing it. So I brought the baby to pho, and now she still hates me, but we're getting a little bit better service. She'll just be like, oh, ba, 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 ba. I think I'd make a good homeless person. I think I would. I think I'd be a really good, what is that, chicken strips? See, everybody loves a game. Everybody loves a game, right? Just open your mouth and just, and people are like, all right, you know? I think I'd be really good with the signs on the street, you know? Just like, hey, dude, I'll compliment your dick for $1. What's up? Not gonna do anything with it? That's gay. I'm not interested in that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just not interested in that. But I am interested in $1, and I haven't seen a dick in a while. I'd be a very good homeless person. People always ask me, Nate, what's the best part about moving dead bodies? It's got to be the clean car afterwards, you know? Having a clean car every week is pretty... Okay, this is a fun crowd. You guys you like to laugh, and then next joke. I grew up a Boy Scout. Boy Scouts, anybody? Eagle Scouts in the room? No, just, okay. There's only 2% of the population is an Eagle Scout. I was talking to my friend, and he was saying that him and his brother are both homosexual, and I was like, that's weird. My mom got 2 Eagle Scouts, and that's my favorite joke. And but it's changing. The Boy Scouts are changing. It's not the same Scout I remember. They're now letting girls into Boy Scouts, which makes me a little angry. Not because girls shouldn't participate. It's just I had to play spin the bottle with no chicks. All right, we'll call that a night. Thank you guys. You guys ready to get this thing out of the way? Our first comedian, please welcome to the stage, Mr. Will Najera.
doing tonight? Good. It's good. I was looking for a parking place downtown, and I didn't have a quarter to put in the meter. It's like I'm so broke right now that it's illegal how broke I am. Then I finally found a space by a sign that said no parking over 2 inches. It's like, well, what if I have an erection? It's got to be pretty cold for my dick to be under 2 inches, right? Like, I guess I'm only allowed to park there if it's really cold but there's no snow, right? Like, when it gets really cold, your dick doesn't get hard as quick, but your nipples get so hard, right? Like, I get that there's a biological reason why your dick gets hard, but like, what is even the point of your nipples getting hard when it gets cold, right? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Jumpstart my car? There's a lot of different offshoots of the major religions, right? There's many different types of Christianity. There's several different Judaic tribes. There's a few different types of Islam, right? And in some types of Islam, the women have to wear burqas on their heads so that they're not tempting any other men besides their husband to have sex with them because of their beauty, right? But I think I've come up with an even easier idea if they're still taking applications for tributaries of the religion, right? Like maybe instead of the women wearing burqas, they can make it that the guys have to walk around with their dicks hanging out, so that if some guy looks at your wife and he gets a boner, you know exactly what's going on. Let's talk about the N-word for a second. Right? You're never supposed to say the word nigger, but nigga is generally acceptable, right? And this goes back to the Civil War, when the slaveholders in the antebellum South would use the word to rationalize the mistreatment of people based on their race, which was terrible. It was a crime against humanity. However, when you consider the intonation of the accent of the Dixon South, how do you think they said the N-word? It was not with a hard R, right? But in the way that you would brush off as an urban colloquialism. So my point is that you should never say the N-word, okay? But if you're gonna say it, I think that nigga is clearly the more offensive context, and you should say it with a hard R, but don't ever say the word. I used to be in a one-man band. I mean, I kind of still am. I'm trying to get the guys all together for a reunion. I hope we can all get along this time, right? Like, I was inspired to be in a one-man band as a teenager when I heard the band Burzum, right? I don't know how many of you have heard Burzum, but it's this guy whose voice kind of sounds like a woman being murdered, right? And it turns out the guy is actually a convicted murderer. So, like, I don't know. He like used to live in a castle. I hope this isn't libelous, but I was just wondering, like, what if the audio tracks on the vocals on Burzum were actually audio of people in his dungeons, right? That he's like, right? I that's not so much a joke, just something I think someone should point out. I think that it's discriminatory for retarded kids to be taught in classes separate from everybody else in the same way that it's discriminatory for children to be segregated based on their race. And it's discriminatory, and the reason is, how come they get to be called special, right? What does that make the rest of us, run of the fucking mill? Bathrooms have typically been dichotomized by which ones are for men and which ones are for women, right? That's come to be challenged in the last few years, and I think that it's time that the public got the bathroom separations that we all know that we secretly want instead, right? Bathrooms that are divided by who has to take a shit and who just has to piss. Hey, I'm Will. That's my time. You guys have a good one, all right?